Welcome to the Finkel Show. Sit back, relax, be entertained, and maybe even learn something.
Wow, that was new. Huh, I don't have a viewer count anymore. Live for 23 seconds and no, they moved it over there. Okay, 0. Hey, all 0 of you. Welcome, welcome. See if anybody joins. Just got back from a 12-step meeting. And, well, at these 12-step meetings, usually once they say the preamble, up until they do the closing prayers, they don't talk about anything but our recovery, alcoholism, our experience, strength, and hope as it pertains to alcohol or alcoholism. But before the meeting, people chat, and after the meeting, people chat, and got into a discussion about a higher power as we understood him. And I got some great ideas for pronouns for higher power, for God or gods, whatever your understanding is. First pronoun, most common, he. Sometimes she. Sometimes it. Sometimes they. Sometimes help or help me. Sometimes thanks or thank you. Sometimes when we're really feeling sorry for ourselves, we call a higher power, why me? Or why me, God? Got others? Share, discuss, or drift the topic. I don't care. If you're wondering what's wrong with my mouth, I have a slight paralysis of the right side of my face, stemming from a nerve right here. I forget what they call the nerve. Basically, there's nerves that come up to brain cells, the brain stems, and crosses over under your ear. And right here, they separate, and they control your mouth, your lips, taste buds, your eye, your nostril, your eyelids. Notice my eyelids very drowsy. Watch me do a half smile. In my mind, I'm doing a full smile. What do you see? That's a smile. Something's blocking the nerve right here, blocking movement about where you see my fingers going. And when you look at my face, people keep telling me this side looks like the struggling side. It's actually this side. It's like a super dose of Botox. And there's some peripheral vision issues over here. To do my camera thing, I need peripheral vision to feel safe. I see there's 4 in the viewer count. Anybody want to chat and say hi? Anybody want to come up and talk smack? Make fun of me, make fun of Muckster, make fun of Ariel, make fun of other YouTube channels. Talk about your higher power as you understand him, her, she, it, they, whatever. I used to go to a 12-step meeting every day, just about every day. When COVID hit, we all went to Zoom or Google or Teams or other online formats. When COVID ended, people started popping back up in in-person meetings. But we started easing back to meetings outside of our old circles. Well, the last few days I've been hitting meetings in my pre-COVID circles. I'm getting reacquainted, reconnected with people I haven't talked to in years. I see I've dropped down to 2, back up to 3. probably because it's no fun watching a guy with the right side facial paralysis. Bell's palsy is what they call it. And it's funny. The urgent care doctor, he first thought stroke when he started doing the test. Super Jew, what is a sheep? A sheep is the main ingredient in a gyros. Gyro? Where's that? Lamb? Sheep? I don't know. That's what a sheep is. Super Jew. I have a feeling we're about to get trolled. It's okay. What was I talking about? Oh yeah. Old connections, pre-COVID meeting circles. Been hitting those last. Oh yeah, doctor. That's right. I'm sorry, doctor. At first he thought it was stroke. He ran a few tests. He's like, no, this is probably Bell's palsy. Actually, before the doctor said that, Just Muxer said, could we Bell's palsy? Muxer, if you're out there, you were right. Well, what's the word without truth? That would be lie, deceit, dishonesty. I don't know. Pronouns. What about anti-nouns? Yeah, we use pronouns incorrectly sometimes. What was my point? Oh yeah, a doctor. He seems, once he realizes it's not a stroke and he's going with Bell's palsy, he's keeping kind of distance. When he listens to my heart and my back, he's like doing it way over here. It's kind of noticeably bad bedside manner. Is that what they call it? Social skills seem to be off. Well, as the medical appointment went on, they came in and took my blood. Prednisone, yes. I am on prednisone. Ooh. Gotta be careful. It's got my real name on there. My name is prednisone. Yeah. After the blood test results, he came back in and he was much warmer, much closer. Like his whole attitude towards me changed. Didn't know what that was about. So I updated my family. Got a family group chat. And I said, don't be alarmed by what you see, because I did it by video. Don't be alarmed by what you see. It's not a stroke. First off, I am okay. Repeat, I am okay. And then I explained about the blocked nerve, and the official name is Bell's palsy. And number 3 daughter, who's worked in 3 hospitals now for admin. She's not medical staff, but she's admin. And one of her admin jobs at the hospital was at a neurology clinic. And she puts in the family chat, it's often caused by herpes. I'm like, yeah. I said, they blood tested for that, and apparently it's not herpes. I've only had one partner for the last 13 years. I know herpes can take years to do whatever, but Bell's palsy sucks, man. I've had it. Huge scare. Yeah, scared the shit out of me. I was doing a video for my sweetie from my car on my way into Safeway, and I noticed something tingling. Actually, something slightly was off on my video in Washington, D.C., but I didn't realize anything serious. At the Safeway, I realized, oh, this is growing. This is getting worse. And I went in, and the cashier said, "Are you having a stroke?" So I did the old self-cognition and motor skills test. I'm like, I don't think so, although, yeah, I guess it looks like it. Anyway, it occurs to me, if that doctor was assuming I had herpes, that might explain his before and after a blood test bedside manner. Now, someone here said they had it. Now, my doctor says it can go away in a week, or it can stick around for 3 months, or dissipate anytime over that. 15 years. Oh, shit. Now you're scaring me. Wow, 15 years. Okay. Well, you said 1 week to 3 months is the norm. I think my cognition skills are up on par. Funny one of the meetings I've been to in the last couple of days for my 12-step program was the very first place I went to an AA meeting. And the first time I walked in that door, before the meeting started, a guy introduced himself, and I said, "Hi, I'm Dave, and I'm not an alcoholic. I'm here because I know you guys are experts on alcoholism, and I'm here to get information to prove to people in my life that I'm not an alcoholic." And he smiled. He says, "Welcome." He says, "Oh, by the way, when I call on you, can you read this as part of our opening?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And then when he called on me, "Rarely have we seen a person fail who has thoroughly followed our program." Blah, 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 blah. I'm reading it, And then I get to something I recognize from my father was in AA and my mom Al-Anon. One, we admitted we were powerless over alcohol, that our lives had become unmanageable. And then something started to hit me. Two, came to believe the power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. Three, made a decision to turn our will, and then the waterworks came on. I couldn't finish reading it. And someone had mercy on me and took over for me. And that was very embarrassing. One, I realized I'm an alcoholic. And two, I'm forever going to have a stigma in this room as someone who can't read. So I went forward and I practiced reading that and practiced reading it until I read it real smoothly. Well, the other night I walked in that same room and sit down to my old buddy. And then the lady who was sharing the meeting says, "Hey, when I call on you, can you read this?" I'm like, "Sure." And Mark just started laughing. He says, "You're not going to cry, are you?" That was many years ago, and he remembers that. That's the stigma. He doesn't remember how well I get at reading it. He remembers me crying and teases me about it to this day. Well, as I started reading it, I realized I don't sound right. And I got to step 3, I almost passed the Mark's takeover bitch. I didn't. I finished it. Kayla Miller says, "Cinco, hope your mouth gets better soon. Mouth injuries suck." Mouth injuries. Yeah. Well, thank you, sir. Thank you. What's the word? Okay. I wrote. Okay. Let me go through these chats. Finkel. Yeah, brief description of what I was thinking when I opened it. We can talk about anything. I guess y'all can't talk about anything unless you chat or I do this. I always forget this part. Copy, paste, boom. Open panel. What is a sheep? The primary ingredient in a gyros. What's the word about without truth? That would be a lie, dishonesty, deceit, discouragement. Vaughn says pronouns. What about antinouns? You don't remember my grammar studies. What is an antinoun? I don't remember. Prednisone? Yes, that's one of my medicines. Bell's palsy sucks. Man, I had it. Huge scare. When that cashier said, "Are you having a stroke?" I freaked out. And, of course, 8647, Donnie Johann von shits in his pants. Release the Epstein files now. Because that's something I believe strongly in. I'm going to repeat it. 8647, Don Johann von shits in his pants. Release the Epstein files now. Okay. Never fully went away. Vaughn, you're scaring me. I had all the confidence in sometime less than 3 months I'd be back to normal. You're making me lose confidence. My right eye is still wonky 15 years later. Yeah, I can't. I can wink of my left eye. I can't wink of my right eye. When I close both eyes, this eye doesn't close all the way. They gave me a patch to sleep with. Of course, I usually tuck it into the pillow and before I had the patch. Actually, they said wear the patch all the time because I don't have the peripheral vision. I won't have the spontaneous reaction of a bug or debris coming towards my eye to close it. So they want me to wear the patch. So I'm like, no, wear my cheesy camera glasses. Well, I'll sleep with it. So I ain't no friggin' pirate. And I think I hope your mouth gets better soon. Yeah, me too. I hate talking like this. Your nerdy Nerson, repeat after me. Nya, see you coppers will never take me alive. Nya. Nya. You coppers will never take me alive. Nya. And of course, the StreamYard link is available if you all want to make fun of me to my face. Make fun of all. Oh. I'm surprised the doctor doesn't say, is your face hurting you? And I say, yes. He says, it's killing me. Saw a great quote today. Have the day you voted for. Yes, Tom Powell Jr.'s YouTube channel. I clicked, yeah, I don't know if it's originally him, but that's where I saw it too. Have the day you voted for. That's perfect. It fits everybody. Me too, nerdy. I hope so too. I do hope so too. Last night I watched a couple YouTube stuff and I'm like, oh, I'm inspired. So I turned on my burner phone and I talked from bed. I thought about going live, but I was too embarrassed about this. And I'm thinking, you know what? Even if it was herpes, this is me. This is me now. Deal with it. If you don't like it, watch something else. I'm sure there's something else going on. More fun going on across the street. How about say this? Sanctuary. Sanctuary. I ring bell. Don't encourage them, nerdy. Do not encourage them. Sanctuary. What was that? The Hunchback of Notre Dame. My back's not hunched. Get off me, man. Don't fuck with me. All right. What's new in the news? To be honest, I haven't been watching much news. It's funny. Last night I went to bed. I turned on the boob tube. Kind of addictive, isn't it? This boob tube thing. And Spider Dog, you were right about the comments. I didn't deliberately turn the comments off, but you can always send me an email. Oh, you made a video. You got a lot of things wrong on that video. I don't know if you're even out there. Yeah, I wasn't talking about Jeff being in foster care or Jeff's daughter being in foster care. I was talking about GS's guest accused GS of being in foster care, and I don't know if GS was in foster care or not. You got that wrong. Every time he'd play back me saying that, then he'd play a cap of GS saying he'd like that girl to go to foster care. Spider Dog, you're getting pretty good at the AI, but you're still getting your facts wrong. I see Muxer's here to make fun of my face.
Well, no, I wanted to, I thought this was common knowledge that GS, otherwise known as that piece of shit racist that I can't stand, was abandoned at birth and raised in foster care. And that's why that one guy was saying, why would you want to have the same thing happen to Jeff's kid when you know how horrible it is? And that's when GS freaked out and was calling him a stupid retard and wanted to meet him at Fort Knox to fight and was swearing and yelling and screaming because he didn't even understand the question, because actually GS thought the guy was questioning his DD-214 when all he said was we were both veterans, and he's like, oh, now you can ask me about that. It's like, no, he was just establishing talking veteran to veteran. But yes, he was raised in foster care.
Okay, I have had no knowledge. I'll take your word for it. He was raised in foster care, but it seems to
Well,
me like there was a good
he has
foster
he has
care.
said it himself. I mean, it's no secret or anything. He's the one who, of course, he also claims now to have been combat injured when he was not combat injured. He also claimed to be a semi-pro volleyball player at the height of 4'2", and he claims a lot of things.
Semi-pro volleyball player.
Yeah,
I'm
that
not
was.
familiar with that one. Okay, I wasn't familiar with the foster care, and I wasn't familiar with the volleyball. Semi-pro.
But,
Okay.
but that one I didn't hear that one for myself, but I did hear the thing when he was talking about that he was a high school cheerleader, and when he would lift the girls above his head, he kept hoping his finger would slip. In other words, sexual assault on a teenager. Plus, I can't imagine that he was lifting girls over his head anyhow, since they were probably mostly taller than the fucking piece of shit misogynist racist.
I hadn't heard
I mean,
that either.
not that I.
Go ahead.
Oh, that one I heard it out of his own mouth. So I know that's not just.
I don't know. Are you talking about in high school or college?
High school.
High
He
school,
started saying he was a cheerleader for 1 year, and then it turned into 3 years. So yeah, he was talking about wanting to finger fuck 16-year-old girls without their approval.
When he
Get the
was.
feeling I don't like that piece of shit.
I get that vibe. I get that vibe, and surely if I talked to him about him more than a month ago, you'd get the same vibe. I disagree with a lot of stuff he says, but I'm finding out when I talk to people who have ideologically, philosophically, politically different ideas. If I don't have contempt prior to investigation, I explain myself and I let them explain themselves. We each learn a little bit more about the other way of thinking. I still hate Trump, and I'm getting that he hates Trump too, or at least doesn't trust Trump.
Well, I think he just hates everybody.
I think he's quick to temper, which I can be too, and I don't work my program the way I should work my program. I think everyone's got a clip of me now blowing up on this stream. I just might go out and smoke a cigarette. How you doing, Buxton? Do you have any pronouns for a higher power?
Fantasy, imaginary. I guess those aren't really pronouns, are they?
Are you atheist or agnostic?
I think I'm an atheist. I usually say agnostic just because of the fact that I allow for the idea that I could be wrong.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. I mean, I'm thinking my brain is what, about 11 inches by 12 inches, maybe a square foot. My brain is a square foot. If there's someone or something out there that created the universe, this little computer no way could understand he, she, it, they, them completely. Just what he, she, it, they, them chooses to reveal to me, or I misunderstand. I'd like to write into the writers of the big book and see if they can make a 5th edition, the Finkel edition, and change as we understood him to as we understood HP.
Over the years of developing my ideas on God, I've been various along the way. Some of the first things I thought of, because I'm a recovering Catholic. They'd always talk about God being all powerful, all knowing, all something else. What the hell was it? Omniscient. Anyway, but I thought So the basis of Judeo-Christian belief is there's this huge, powerful being that can create a universe on the whim. And a lot of people figure that he did it just for us, first of all, which is kind of egotistical.
We are
But
self-centered.
then the part that always got me was, and we were created in his image. It's like, wow, you do think a lot about yourself if you think you were created in the image of that God. And then there's the whole thing of like prayer, like, so you got this huge, powerful being that creates universes, and he's going to care that you're sitting there saying, "Oh, please don't let me flunk my test tomorrow," or even
Please put me
the
with the blind.
further, yeah, or even the further edge of it of, "Oh, please don't let my wife die of cancer." It's like it's one person out of 7 billion on a planet that's 1 out of 7 billion. That's like he's going to care. And he has shown if he's there. Well, look, I'm using the pronoun that he doesn't care
Mhm.
because there is just so much wrong.
Yeah,
You know,
I get it. I
You
get
got-
it.
you got 2-year-old kids with leukemia. You got 70-year-old guys that look like Quasimodo. It's like
60, motherfucker. 60. 70-year-old.
I wasn't necessarily talking about you.
Oh, well, there's the egotistical, narcissistic. It's all
There you
about
go.
me. It's all about me.
Maybe I know two Quasimodos.
Okay. That
Anyway.
one guy, Vaughn, he's scaring me. 15 years. I better not look like this for 15 years.
By the way, did you notice what the CBSI looks like?
6. Oh, you mean the eye?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a full eye.
Do you notice it switched corners?
Yeah, for a while I was looking over here and I'm like, oh, we don't have the view count anymore. Oh, I've been on 13 seconds. We have the view count anymore. And then I look over here and I'm like, oh, there it is. And it's funny. When I look over here, that peripheral vision's gone.
Oh.
That's why I can't go out there with the camera because, people get agitated at guys with cameras. And I don't have any peripheral vision until here. That's scary.
Well, hopefully that'll go away quick.
I need to be aware of my surroundings, especially when I'm messing with ICE and National Guard. And actually, it turns out the National Guard they're not doing anything. They're just being seen and picking up trash.
I remember my father went blind in his right eye from diabetes. And I always remember the one time we'd gone somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I forget where, but we're going down this highway, 4-lane, and he was passing a car. And of course that was on his blind side, no peripheral vision over there. And he was about this far away from the car he was passing. And I remember me and my mother both were like, just like looking out the window, and we looked at each other, and it was like we both thought, don't say anything because it might make him jerk the wheel or something.
Right. Now that you mentioned it, I wonder if that was going on. Which channel did I put on? The main or the sub? Shadow Finkel. Which computer to do it from? All right, there's Shadow Finkel. Videos. They drive among us. Okay. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that guy was really wild.
Share screen. I wonder if it was agitation, peripheral vision. Were they drunk? Oh, what the hell is going on? Let's make it big and push play. Wow. Wiggling and there's wiggling, yeah,
Jeez.
just kind of back and forth. What the hell? I'm glad I have a backward camera. He almost rear-ends me. No, okay. Yeah, came real close to it. Wow. Now, is that retarded me? What is laying on my horn going to do at that point? I thought about that, and I'm like, he obviously does not care if I lay on my horn. Oh, my goodness.
The worst part about that is I would have done the same thing. So, you don't want to be like that.
Yeah.
You never saw one of those like meme things that end with "so be like Muckster," And then
I have on occasion engaged lizard brain and chased fuckers like that down. I think I did a video a year or two ago where a guy, on that same stretch of road, the guy passing on the double yellow line slammed on his brakes. I got pissed off and I rode his ass. I rode his ass all the way to a diner. And the guy was car went in the diner. I parked next to him. I'm like filming his car, waiting for him to come out and confront me. He just totally ignored me. He did not notice me. And that hurt my ego. Man, when I'm pissed off at you, I want you to notice me. Some of my character defects. G2 says, "Howdy, Muck. Thanks for the videos. They made me laugh." You are getting an audience.
Did you see I tagged them on them. Did you see the Keyboard Warrior song I did? I didn't bother tagging you on that. I thought it came out pretty good.
I missed it. Let's pull it up. YouTube. Go ahead. I'm listening.
I was tagging him on all my piece of shit GS racist videos because I know he's a fan too.
Remember when I was obsessed and always talking about GS?
Yeah, and we told you not to anymore.
Yeah, well, we fiddled on that. All right.
Yeah, that's before I saw him saying things like "n-slur nit," because of course he's too much of a pussy to stand behind his racism, so he won't outright on the air call little black children nigglets. So he uses those stupid words like that and bagel. So anymore it's like fuck him. I've tried to be friendly with him before, but now it's like anytime I see him, any of his comments or anything, I follow it with something like, "Oh, look, there's that piece of shit racist."
All right. I see we have 9 in the chat now. I'm going to play a piece by Muckster, and spoiler alert, breaking news. Muckster does not like GS. All right, this is called Keyboard Warrior.
And hi, Nikki.
Editing.
Attention, please. The following video has nothing to do with any racist, misogynistic, homophobic, anti-Semitic, lawn gnomes you may know of.
Oh, boy.
he got that laptop, he's been tapping me in loud. Nothing like real life courage, but online he's mighty proud. Always in the comment section, starting fights at breakneck speed. That keyboard warrior's raging. Oh, we'll find he's the king of greed. That keyboard warrior, tapping through the night. Keyboard warrior, he'll never face a fight. Keyboard warrior, hiding out of sight.
I forgot to ask. Have you copyrighted this?
It's an AI song. I did it with AI, so it won't be. Oh, did I copyright it? No, of course not.
I like this graphic. I found one
Hi, Dirk.
a while ago. I'm sorry?
I was just saying hi to Dirk.
Oh, Dirk. Dirk? Where's Dirk? I see Nikki. I see Greg.
That's Mr. Nicky.
Oh, Mr. Oh, down at the bottom. Okay, I see Gregory, the cameraman, 1970. I talk. That one's new. Hello, Gregory. Long name. This graphic, where'd you get this? It looks similar to one I found, but it's much more clear. It's very distinct.
I think it might be the same one you used, but I removed the background.
It looks better. You're better at editing than I am.
Well, yeah.
What's that?
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
Keyboard warrior, he thinks he's always right. He ain't got no reputation when he steps outside his door. But give that guy a lock-in, he's a lion, hear him roar. He's got 1,000 hot takes, it means that he deploys behind his glowing monitor. He's the loudest of the boys. When keyboard warrior, coming tonight. Keyboard warrior, you never face a fight. Keyboard warrior, hiding on the side. Keyboard warrior, the things he wants high. Red keyboard warrior, talking through the night. Keyboard warrior, you never face a fight. Keyboard warrior, hiding on the side. Keyboard warrior, he thinks he's having time. Keyboard warrior, hiding on the side. Keyboard warrior, he thinks he's having time.
I settled. You know what I mean? I settled for an average woman. She's a good solid 5.5, maybe a 6 on a good day. And that is perfectly fine with me.
You're getting pretty good at this editing stuff.
Oh, look, Nikki decided to come up. Let's hear what she has to say.
Hello, Nikki.
Okay, that's enough of her. And hello, Kiwi.
Yeah. That was a great piece. Keyboard Warrior, reminded me of an 80s hair band group, rock and roll, rock.
I wanted to do it to the tune of Pinball Wizard, but it wouldn't let me. You know,
Oh,
like he's a keyboard warrior. You know,
oh yeah. I tried to do one on the start to the tune of Edmund Fitzgerald, and they wouldn't let me do that either. Um, Actually, for over 3 decades, I've wanted to do that myself. I'm just not creative enough, so I asked AI to do it, and it said that violates our policies. I'm like, oh. I get it. GS says a lot of stuff we don't like, but that grading the wife on a number scale, I'm pretty sure he was joking in her presence to kind of tease her. Um,
I don't think so. He repeated it a couple of times and then said that he was the prize in the relationship. I cannot imagine even anybody, even if it's a joke between them,
hmm?
you're going to go in front of 50, 100 people, whatever he has watching, and talk about your wife that way. You know who talks about their wives that way? Piece of shit cowards who pretend they did more in the service than they really did.
Mm. Oh, I saw parts of it. In fact, I participated in the chat on that one where he's out buckling, and I came in late, and he panned the camera over to her, and she did this, and I'm thinking, oh man, she also doesn't want to be on YouTube. Don't show her like that. But then I wound it back further. She was willingly on camera, and then later on they did a picture, and they seem very happy together. I mean, they did one of those photo booth things, and she's like as close to him as Tiffany is to Chris.
Hey, who likes to mukbang?
Uh,
Todd's wife. That's right. She likes to bang the muck. I just thought I'd throw that in there. Well, now this part, I don't know if this is true, but this is something that, see, I mean, we know that he started grooming her when she was still in high school and 4 or 5 years younger than him. But there's also seems to be some thought that she was a special ed student, which I'm not denigrating that, but I'm just saying it would make more sense. As I remember, those kids in special ed used to get bullied and made fun of an awful lot. So you have some 16-year-old girl like that, and then this 20-year-old guy from the army comes along and makes her feel all special and stuff. So yeah, of course now she acts all lovey-dovey because he spent all these years telling her how lucky she is to have him. He's an abuser. I really think he's an emotional abuser.
do you want to answer the Kiwi's question?
What happened to Finkel? Oh, well, remember he had that car accident? It just like took 2 months to catch up to him. It's called Bell's palsy. It's not really dangerous. It's just something that happens to people, and hopefully it'll go away in a couple of weeks.
To Kiwi, he's lying, and don't rewind back to find out that he's lying. Just trust me, bro. Trust me, bro. What happened is I went over to Muxer's to get my donuts back, and he punched me and broke my jaw. Assault.
Oh, okay, Nikki. Nikki said she wasn't in special ed, so yeah, it makes it even weirder. Why would she be so stupid to hook up with him?
Yeah, I don't know. As I understand it, she's in the medical profession, isn't she?
Well, she's a CNA. I mean, it's not.
Oh, CNA. Okay, I thought she was a nurse.
I mean, I'm not saying that's nothing, but it's not like being an RN or something.
No. And I get it. there's a lot about his ideology, politics, articulations I don't like. But I find if we stop attacking him and others like him, they're more likely to listen. On the flip side of the GS issue, you have Jeff of Hill Pirate Studios. And the more I watch him lately, the more he's actually getting it directly wrong, like the B-roll thing. Even you didn't get it, and you did that funny thing on B-roll. Jeff was like ready to. He has contempt prior to investigation. You know,
See, Nick, Nikki, I heard Todd say CNA the other day. So she's a medical tech, Nikki says. Well, see, I don't really give a shit about his politics, except for the fact that I'm surprised he doesn't wear a white hood when he goes on line anymore. And plus, I do not like. I did a whole thing on his exaggerated valor when he called himself combat disabled. He was not hurt in combat. And when he says shit like that, he is demeaning every person, I was going to say man, but we know it's women too, who has been in combat and come out with disabilities. He was hurt in training. And he used to say that honestly. Now he's trying to make it more than it was. And fuck him, just fuck him. I've had too many people in my family and close friends who've actually been in combat to listen to bullshit like that. Him always making up stories about his service.
all right. Breaking news for the 9 who are watching: Muxter is not happy with GS. I don't think they're going to be taking long showers to the wee hours of the morning together. Finka was eating too much antifreeze marinade on his ribs. Oh, Sarah's. Okay. Medical technician. Yeah, maybe she's worked her way up through the medical profession, like my daughter who claimed to have herpes. She's done various things at hospitals and clinics, and now she's working at a medical supply place. Sometimes people come in and they're like, they do something for a while and then they progress. I don't know, but okay. Yeah, it's I get it. I think we'll make more progress with people who we don't like by either not giving them attention or keeping calm and I know I've felt that many times. Right now, sorry, I see some of the fans in here. Right now, I'm not very happy with the guy that brought Mukbang to our corner, the Angry Vet. Well,
he's. I will only take the Angry Vet side when he's opposing Todd.
okay, that's all the time. Oh, that reminds me. I haven't seen anything from the Visitors Committee, the People Press Harder, Sean Porter. Can't remember her name. The lady that works at the pizza place, some pizza girl. They've been heavily on. Go ahead.
I think Cliff was sick for a while or something. I saw something where he was off the air because I saw somebody saying something like, "It's not serious," you know. Oh. It's like you had some kind of problem. I don't know what, but
Erica, that's her name. Erica, the people. They're going heavily on this astrology thing, and I get it. If there's a God, he, she, it, they, them. Help me, whatever, if ever God is, presents itself to each person in their own way, or the person who receives them. There's an astrology thing. Pick, Muxer, if you will, pick a day of the year of the calendar
September 19.
September 19 astrological sign is this is why I don't like Google. Oh, there's the zodiac calendar. Okay. September 19th is Virgo. So a Virgo who was born on September 19th applies to probably 1/12 of the population of DC, 790,000 people, or 1/12 of the population of the Beltway, 4 million people, or 1/12 of the population of the United States, 320 million people, or of the planet, 7 billion people. So on today, September 1st, the astrological horoscope for all those people born between August 23rd and September 22nd will be the same. Their love, their luck, their social connectivity, their fortune, it's the same. Yet, even the 1/12 of those people in DC, the 1/12 of 790,000 people, today they had completely different days. Some got arrested, some won the lottery, some got a new job, some got fired, some got a DUI, some got deported, some deported people. It's what I'm saying is, I don't understand this zodiac thing. When if this star, this planet, moving this way affects us right here in this city, why do two different September 19th birthdays have two completely different days?
Yeah, I don't think I did. Did I ever tell you about the horoscope speech project I did in college one time for a speech class?
I don't think you mentioned that. At least if you did, I didn't remember it.
Because we'd have to do like it'd be like a 3-minute speech on a topic or any topic, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to set it up in the class before I was doing my speech. I handed out index cards and had them put their birthday on and put them in an envelope with their name on. Okay. And then when I did my speech, I came in, I handed everybody out envelopes again with a card in that had their horoscope. Okay. And so I had told everybody, read what this says about you, but don't show anybody else just yet. So everybody read theirs, and I said, okay, now, if you think that it is at least 90% right about you, go stand against the right wall, okay? If you think it's around 50% or so, it's mostly right about you, go stand by the back wall. And if you think it's way off, go stand at the left wall. And everybody went, and about 80% of the class was over on the wall that said it described them. Most of the rest were at the wall that said it mostly described them. The biggest part was had them on the nose. The other was mostly, and there was a few that it said didn't describe them at all. So then I said, yep, nerdy's on to me. So I said, hey, Craig, read what your card says. And he reads it. And yeah, I gave everybody the exact same horoscope.
Yeah.
But, there's so many things like that when, you say things like, oh, you're a deep thinker or whatever, people go, yeah, that's me. Or you like to spend time alone, or, there's so many, you can make these generalized things. Everybody's like, wow, they nailed me.
Dick Huey says something that reminds me of something Press Harder said once. We're all made of stardust, therefore guided by bodies of matter millions of miles away. But the moon shall have no effect upon
Upon.
true men. Uh, Press Harder was defending astrology against other religions, saying, how can you say the moon doesn't have an impact on us when it increases tides? It causes high tide and low tide. And I'm thinking, watching this, I'm like, well, oh, here we go. Let's share my screen over here. Share screen, entire screen. This is just something Microsoft gave me for the day. Here we have a body of water and a big city. What city is that? Okay. So the moon brings up this tide, and yes, all the people on all these buildings, it's having the same impact. Whether the guy up here is an Aries, or the guy over here is a Virgo, or the lady over here is a Gemini, it's having the same effect on all those people. So, yeah, astrological bodies do have an impact on us, but it's not different for Mux than it is for me. He's just uglier to me because I have planar genes.
Well, not at the moment.
All the same. All right. Are we boring all
You know,
five? Well, this has gone from 3 to 9 to 5. Working down.
You know, when I first came in, I wanted to make a Quasimodo joke, and I thought, no, too soon, too soon. And then you start talking about the way you look, so I thought, oh, okay. I actually thought it took a little balls to go on camera.
And Nerdy brings up a good point. The lunar cycle is 28 days. What else is 28 days? All right. But it's a different 28 days for one woman than it is for another. And I don't think the astrological sign has anything to do with it.
Unless they hang out together a lot.
Now,
You know that, right? That we're like women who hang out together, they tend to sync up.
Oh, yeah, I have heard that. Yeah. That they like roommates or siblings.
Yeah. See, that's I always thought. But the moon, what?
Wouldn't the moon have more influence on us if space objects had influence? Oh, have you seen the YouTube crap about, was it 3i? 3i, there's a rock coming through our solar system. And they're like almost, I can't remember, the one they discovered from Hawaii, going through our galaxy back in, I think it was 2017. They're speculating, is it alien life? Is it a probe? Is it a robot? Or is it a rock? There's another one that's all over YouTube. Oh, and God forbid you click on one of them, because once you click on them, the algorithm keeps feeding you more of them. About 10, 11 years ago, I went down the Nibiru algorithm. This 12th planet was going to come crashing into us and all that. 13 equal months of 28 days, pagan's rule.
That's what I was starting to say, Kiwi. That's what I think. Our calendar should be 13 months, which would be 364 days. And that leftover day would be New Year's Day. And you'd start all over again. And you know what would be great about that is then, like, Tuesday would always be on the 4th or whatever. You know what I mean?
All right, yeah.
You wouldn't have to.
Oh, that's a good question. He has already taken over the Union Station in Washington, D.C. And he's talking about, I'll get this. He's talking about taking over the airport in D.C. Don't tell him there is no airport in D.C. The airport that I like to call Washington National Airport is in Arlington, Virginia, across the river from D.C., which, I guess to be fair, was part of D.C. back in 40. They separated from D.C. But the airport, it's funny, back many years ago, they officially changed the name of Washington National Airport to Reagan National Airport. And being a bleeding heart, left-wing, pinko comedy libtard, I rebelled against that. I insisted on calling it Washington National Airport. Until now. Now that Trump wants to take it over, I'm like, it's Reagan, bitch. Yeah, but I do believe, yeah. I believe he's, well, actually, I think he has less cognitive skills than they accused Joe Biden of 2 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's this. The National Guard on a 29-day orders. Why does this matter? They don't pay full housing allowance. Oh, good point. That's right. To qualify for separations, housing. Oh, yeah, you got to be on a full. Oh, good catch. Of course, I do believe they'll be there longer than 30 days. And unless people catch on, they're not really doing anything but picking up trash, which they have DC employers to pick up trash. They're not enforcing laws. They're not packing up homeless people. Even when people come up and point out something going on over there, they don't do anything.
You know what I think he really wants, and that's why he's talking about like I don't think DC's working out for him, so that's why he's saying, "Oh, Chicago's next." He wants somebody to start throwing bricks at the National Guard, and then he's going to go martial law.
I think you're right, and so I'm kind of pleased that DC's reacting the way they are, because we know the National Guard ain't doing shit except for working for or enlisted in officer grade pay, probably taking time out of their regular job. I can't imagine if I'm a staff sergeant in the National Guard, what likely civilian job do I have? Probably something that pays more than a staff sergeant. He's not getting paid for doing his job. Yeah, the law says they have to hold his job for him, so he'll still have a job when he goes back. But I'm sure he's losing money. Anyone missing the English royal monarchy being in charge now? You live with this mess? Well, the King George and Alexander Hamilton did promise that we'll be back, that we would miss them. I don't think we're there yet, but I would rather a British monarch with a parliament where we're not represented over a Hitler-type fascist Nazi. Oh, shoot, there goes my algorithm. I said Nazi. The algorithm, I meant Nazi. Nazi. I was speech impediment. I didn't say Nazi.
You know why it would never happen, Kiwi? One simple reason. The fucking metric system.
The Brits don't.
We don't want that shit.
The Brits don't use it.
Oh, really?
No, they use miles and
the English system.
Yeah.
I just realized that's what it's called, the English system. Okay. I'll think of another excuse then, Kiwi.
Now, I don't understand the currency. They call them pounds, but I've held both the coin version of a pound and the paper version of a pound, and those things do not weigh 16 ounces. I'm sorry. It's got to be. Maybe they should call it a quarter ounce. In my heart, I know I'm funny. I don't know. After we won our independence, did Canada, Australia, New Zealand, did they ever get representation in Parliament? India, when the sun never set on the British Empire, or was it just Great Britain in Parliament?
I don't know if they. I'm trying to think, and Kiwi might know this. If they had like non-voting representatives, kind of like we do with Samoa and stuff. That's kind of tickling at my brain, but that might not be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But the other thing that would keep us from going back is the damn language difference.
Did everyone have a good, almost a normal Labor Day weekend?
For me, it was SOS.
Same old shit. Okay. I went to a different church Sunday, and they had a guest minister, and she did a sermon on rednecks. And it's a progressive church. And I was very surprised that she opened up with what we need is a lot more rednecks, or a few more rednecks. What this country needs is more rednecks. I'm like, I thought we were progressive there. Turns out there's a history of the term rednecks that goes back to the West Virginian coal mines. When the coal mine company, owned, hello, Duno. I don't know that name. Hi, Duno. They own the entire town. They own the housing that the workers lived in. They own the stores that the workers shopped in, and they paid the workers in a company currency that can only be used in their stores and for their rent and all that. They had their own little economy, and it was all the company. And of course, it gave the company a big chance to just kind of modernize the slavery thing a little bit. They didn't call them slaves, they were employees, but they were completely 100% dependent. And when they tried to unionize, to get collective bargaining to stand together, they symbolized themselves with red bandanas that went over the neck. So they were called rednecks. And they lost. Union mining didn't come till years later. But I'm like, wow, I never heard of that. So I got home and I wanted to verify it. What we call a redneck, a poor white farmer, a country boy, our stereotypical redneck, actually was being used in the Deep South before the bandana thing. But there's good news. The LGBTQ community stood up for the same kind of coal mining situation in Wales, part of Great Britain, with the red bandanas and everything. And they actually won those miners' union rights.
See, I always thought redneck was a sunburn thing from working outside.
Working on the farm, yeah. Actually, it turns out there's even an older version of redneck, and that was Scotland in the 1600s. Some Scottish Protestant church tried to break away from the Church of England, and I forget how they were referred to as rednecks, but they were referred rednecks. I can't do a Scottish accent, but yeah. So this is a new character to me. Hello, welcome, Duno. And the Kiwi Governor General can dissolve Parliament. Oh, really? I did not know that. I have a feeling that a certain president's going to try to dissolve Congress soon. I think he will fail. Actually, I don't think Trump has the cognitive skills to do all the evil that's going on. I think he's being puppeteered by likes of Stephen Miller and some of the other people on who's campaign manager. What's that chick's name? All the stuff they accused Joe Biden of a couple years ago, I think it all actually applies to Trump.
Well, Trump always does that. He always accuses other people of his sins.
All right.
You know, he'll talk about Biden's kids doing this and that, and same stuff as his kids. You know, and the weaponizing the Justice Department.
Mm-hmm.
It's because that's where his head is at. I was trying to find, I don't know where my picture is, but when you were talking about company store, I have a couple of company store tokens from around here, from the coal mines. I owe
So
my soul to the company store.
Kid Rock apparently is a Scottish Protestant rebelling from the Church of England. Okay. All right. I didn't know that, but okay. Oh, yeah. Owe my soul to the company store. What do you get? Another year older and deeper in debt? Yeah.
You know, they used to charge the guys for like their picks and the carbide for their lamps and stuff like
Mhm.
that.
Mm-hmm. Everything, all their tools, their clothes, their housing, their food, all bought locally with company currency, which is how they got paid. Kind of makes you wonder how
Yeah,
did they get income tax?
there's still some houses around here that were the company houses. I found the picture, but you can't really see them on here. Oh, maybe. Oh,
Anyway, I don't know. The 7 that I see, the 8 that I see in the viewer count compared to the original 34953. I don't know how many are the original, but the topic has definitely drifted from what are your God or God's pronouns. What have we here?
oh, there was a topic. It's hard to see, but you see this little silver one. Oh, I'm putting my mouse on the wrong place.
Yeah.
Right here at the end of this old beer tap, there's a little like silver coin. Can you
Oh,
see?
yeah.
Does my mouse show? That's a company store token.
Okay.
It says
Now,
on it like Osceola. I forget what it says. There's another one up there too.
you
The
guys
rest of these are beer tokens.
yeah.
The what?
You guys are your town was a mining town?
Oh yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay. Actually, I'm not causing more on Quinco. That was a joke because Muxer made fun of my. It's not a toothache. It is a Bell's palsy. A nerve right here is blocked, which controls nerves to my eyelids, my nostrils, my lips, my mouth. And it's Muxer's fault. He actually punched me right here, which caused the blockage. I hope Mr. Nicky is quiet in chat because Nicky got him a sandwich. Well, she did get him a sandwich to Kiwis because you peer pressured into feeding the poor boy, in my opinion.
You know, it's funny when I first saw the Quasimodo on your name, I thought, wait, I didn't do that, did I?
Me too. I'm not enjoying. Went to a picnic today. Can you imagine how I'd eat because I can't close that part of my mouth completely? I had to
Oh,
take a bite,
geez.
and when I drink, I have to swallow like this because a little bit comes back out if I don't. It's a pain in the tuchus. I'm sorry about that too. When I first opened the chat, one guy came in and said he had it for 15 years. I'm like, my doctor said somewhere between a week and 3 months. The man in the hat on screen violently battered the man on the top. It's a long running YouTube beef. We are very urban here. Yeah, do we still have? Oh, I see we have a new outro. Okay. I was looking for the outro you had me on. When I was on the phone, I couldn't change it. Right? I probably could. I just don't know how. Oh, no, I can't find it now. You delete it? Oh, no, there it is. There it is.
Look, I admit it. I'd be nothing without Muxter. I know some may find him abrasive, but I love the guy. He is the wind beneath my wings.
And please know that is AI.
You lie. Well, here's the new one.
Look, I don't know what Muckster is trying to pull. Everyone knows I'm Finkel's favorite. I'm the wind beneath his wings.
Content. Oh, I'm glad you asked. We don't really have content. We talk, we sing, we change topics. The video channel on, I don't know if you're coming in through Finkel or Shadow Finkel, the video, I like to go out there with the camera, engage reactions and stuff like that. Muxter does a lot of commentary, news. He has news on his channel is just Muxter. He does news on local news on Fridays, and lately he's been pretty clever with the AI dunking on other channels.
Did you notice your new opening, or did you even see it when you started?
Yeah, I loved it. I got an endorsement from a former president.
I thought you might like that.
It's 7 seconds. Where are you? If you find it first, go ahead and play it. There it is. I found it.
Welcome to the Finkel Show. Sit back, relax, be entertained, and maybe even learn something.
Yeah. Well, we got a bunch in here. Here's one of my favorites.
1781. Monsieur Hamilton. Monsieur Lafayette. In command where you belong. Are you saying no sweat? We're finally on the field. We've had quite a run. Immigrants, we get the job done.
That one made me realize I should probably take some time to go through these and make them smaller than full screen so people can see that we're on panel and that it's not a intro or a ending. I hope I answered the content question. I don't really consider what I do content, but okay. Muxter is pretty creative. That's just Muxter. He's got some creative stuff. Mine is on the videos and shorts. It's either short snips of these or the short snips of me going out there with the camera, and the video is gauging how people react to a camera in public. Sometimes political commentary. By the way, I'm a bleeding heart, left-hearted, left-wing, commie pinko Trump tree-hugging liberal. And Muxter's a closet conservative. He says he's a liberal, but we know. We've seen the color code of the election map of his area. We know. The secret's out, man.
Yeah, I don't like those closet jokes because then people think you're calling me gay, and I just wanted to be on record. I am not gay. My boyfriend is super gay, but I'm not.
Did Obama get arrested? Yeah, I arrested him and I forced him to endorse my show. We may release him if he keeps endorsing my show.
Oh, I heard a good one the other day.
Yeah.
I gave my blind friend a cheese grater for his birthday. He said it's the most violent book he ever read.
Muxter has banned laughter. No. We want you to be happy, joyous, and free. We absolutely insist on enjoying life.
I mentioned to Ariel the other day, I'd like to sometime, if could coordinate the times, I'd love to get me, you, Ariel, and Killen all together for old time's sake. But it would depend on like you and Killen because he has to be early, and you have
Yeah.
you've got like your Tuesday afternoon thing and stuff like that. So it'd be cool to do it. It'd be nice to do it once in a while.
Yeah, we have to get the old man's nap schedule and work around that. Killing times the old man, in case anybody's curious.
Maybe I could get up early and we could do coffee time in the morning or something.
Coffee hour. Not original, but yeah, good idea. Just little ray of faking sunshine. Fake it till you make it. I should probably check on work. Make sure it's still all quiet. I'm surprised with all this, my facial recognition still works. And nothing has gone on at work. Last escalation was yesterday at 9:56 a.m. All right. That's my kind of holiday weekend. You looking tired?
No, I just made myself laugh because I just thought of something, and I'm not going to tell you what it is.
Which reminds me, there's 5 of you out there. I don't know how many of you are, but for those of you who are psychic, for those of you who can read minds, I got a great joke for you. Are you ready? Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. We are up to 6 now, and the last chat is a link if anybody wants to come up and have a talk about any topic. No porn. We don't do porn here, at least not till we end the stream. Hey, do you want to do a movie night? We have to go off stream. What do you guys? Well, more fun if people come up. Yeah, the idea is we use a streaming service to show a movie, but to avoid copyright strike, we end stream while people are on panel or backstage, and we enjoy the movie together. We put little silly comments in the private chat and how, like if we're watching Porky's, we tease Muxter that he acts like that one kid's mom. What's the guy's now? Somebody's mom. I can't remember the guy's name.
Stifler?
Stifler's mom.
Is that the one with Stifler? Yeah.
Yeah. Or we could watch I can't think of Maverick. Y'all want to watch Maverick? Or is it bedtime? Or does anybody come up and tell us jokes? Duno, if you're still watching, you can come up and give us content. Tell us Muxter jokes or make fun of the other chatters. You come up with something. I'm wondering, did Obama get arrested? Was that a joke or is there something in the news? Because I know Trump thinks he can arrest anybody.
Yeah.
You go to my news app. Refresh. Russia intensifies strikes on Ukraine. Chicago braces for federal immigration enforcement operation. Covered in dust and too shocked to speak, Afghan villagers reel at scale of quake's devastation. Oh, wow. Jerry Nadler to retire in 2006. bowing to Democratic age revolt. Running Man, Runner's World, the war. Okay, this is. Yeah, I think if Obama was arrested, it would be on the main news feed. I don't see anything like that. So he's probably joking about him showing up on my panel there a few moments ago. Oh, for the first time, my CBSI turned into a radio thing. Oh, it's back to the CBSI now. All right. You're getting kind of quiet there, Muxter. Carte blanche. Good day, Finkel, Muxter, and Kiwi. It's been
Oh,
a while.
hey, Cartier.
Was there some kind of was there a big protest in Australia today? I didn't see that on the news feed. I thought I heard something about some kind of protest. Am I confusing Australia with the Kiwis islands?
I don't know.
Hunting Russian drones in a prop plane with shotguns and rifles. Oh, wow. Okay, I'm not seeing anything here. Maybe I misheard something. All right.
I'm trying to find a clip and I cannot find it.
Oh, yeah, we have. We have groups similar to the Proud Boys. They dress in black and cover their faces and only want white people here. Oh, there's a there's YouTube. I saw something on YouTube. It's supposed to be this really, really racist town in Texas near Beaumont. I can't remember the name of the town. But apparently a YouTube team went to that town and trolled them. And the ultimate troll
Is
was
that the one where they?
We love black people.
Yeah, I saw that.
Funny as hell. Well, I'm sad to hear that, but I guess I'm kind of glad it's just not an American issue. Proud Boys, Oath Keepers, 3%ers. You asked, am I bigoted, biased? Yeah, I'm bigoted and biased and prejudiced against white supremacists. Any supremacist, I should say, but yeah, most prominent is white supremacy. Hey, honest, so that I know what I should do about work. Are my words clear and concise, both enunciation, pronunciation, and cognizant? If I was running an incident, would you understand me? I say reboot the fucking server.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I was actually wondering about that like yesterday. You seemed like you were getting pretty bad there. The one that I was watching, I thought, wonder if he's going to be able to work, but you've been pretty understandable tonight.
I'm glad to hear it. Okay. I kind of wondered. I think I sound different to myself than I do to people who hear me. And so when I read like how it works, or I'm giving my share, I sit down and I ask the guy or gal next to me, did I make sense? And they nod politely. I'm like, oh, does that mean I didn't make sense?
Yeah.
This is,
I didn't hear you or if you said about that. That in Australia they got sovereign citizens quoting the American Constitution.
It's my First Amendment right. Yeah, that only works inside the United States. I mean, they may have similar rights, but it's not First Amendment.
Yeah, I noticed sometimes there's a couple of Canadian auditors that I come across, and I forget they have a lot of the very similar stuff, but they call it I forget what they call it now. The Charter of Rights, I think.
What's up, Linko? Have you been unwell? Your face appears like different. How's my face
You
different?
got a you got a cheap camera.
Yeah, it's the camera. It's the camera. No, I've it's called Bell's palsy. I'm probably saying it wrong, so I'll type it.
Yeah, that's right, Bell's
Bell's palsy.
palsy. Yeah.
Yeah. A nerve here is locked, which has subnerves that go about where my fingers are. The lip, the eyelid, the nostril, the cheek. This whole side of my face has limited muscle interaction. To look at me, when I saw a picture, it looks like this side's the bad side. This is actually the normal side. This is the bad side.
Hey, Richard.
Richard from hope you're well soon. I hope so too, dang it. My doctor says between 1 week and 3 months, and early on we had a chatter who said he's had it for 15 years. I don't want to do this.
He said it was just that little eye thing though that
Oh,
lasted.
yeah. Yeah, correct. Yeah, it's going to correct itself, and allegedly, with these two meds, it's got a higher chance of correcting itself faster. And I'm getting a CAT scan tomorrow to get a closer look. And my daughter in Seattle reminds me, make sure, I'm sure they know to look, but make sure they also look for any brain tumors, because she had something similar, and it turned out to be a brain tumor up here. I don't know how it affected this, but she had similar one side issues. But it wasn't just her face, it was her arm and leg. It was her whole one side.
You have one of those things happen like with Jocelyn when she was in the car accident, and if it hadn't been for the car accident, they wouldn't have known about her brain tumor.
Yeah,
And
like let's not say brain tumor, because I've had a little bit of bad luck. I had the ankle, and then I had the car accident, and then I don't know if the car accident re-injured the ankle, but the ankle's still a little difficult to walk on. Now I have this shit going on. I'm like, just because I'm 60 doesn't mean I can't have a healthy day or two, right?
oh, but by the way, one of the theories over at Hill Pirates for why you started being nice to that piece of shit racist whose name I won't mention is that you got a TBI in the car accident.
Okay. Are they saying it seriously or jokingly?
I'm not sure.
It's hard to tell with them, especially with Jeff. No, I don't have a TBI. The reason I'm getting along with GS is because it occurs to me all this constant attacking other people with no other mission or no other endpoint than to mock and attack. One, we miss a lot of the correct stuff they say. Two, we lose the ability to influence them, because when we have contempt prior to investigation, when we go after other YouTube channels, other people, this is true in life too, they have the same response and they don't understand anything about us. And I'm finding our nation to be in a state where part of the problem is not the whole problem, but part of the problem is fuck Trump supporters, fuck right wingers, fuck. And of course they react, or maybe I'm reacting to them. fuck liberals, fuck Finkel, fuck Biden, fuck, and become more and more divided. And becoming, whether it's politics, religion, racial, whatever it is, if we have an open mind and talk calmly, listen and talk, not just talk, not just listen, and don't go at it just for the purpose of diminishing them, they're going to have less of a desire to diminish you, and we will actually start to hear each other. And some things he's right about, and some things I'm wrong about. And
Yeah, well, you talk about getting through to that racist piece of shit. So one day, I forget, it was Friday, I think, I saw where he did his regular thing where he says, okay, chat, I'm telling you, I am not going to get angry anymore on the air. I don't want to be that person anymore. And you know, the next day it was,
I'm talking about the stuff that you have said.
Up, you fucking pussy. Name it.
Is this what a man of God
I'll
needs,
have no
right?
fucking excuse. It's a fucking 5-minute drive from my house.
Oh, okay.
I will have no excuse not to show up, tough guy. Fucking name the time and the date, you cocksucker. I'll bring my DD-214. You fucking bring yours. And then, you know what?
yeah, that's a day after saying he was going to be a better person.
And yeah, he looked pretty angry, pretty triggered there. But I can't say that without confessing that I have done that too. Remember, I doxed myself. What was that channel? The one where like 8 or 10 people yelling over each other at the time. The people.
Oh, over TPP, yeah.
One guy, I reacted to one guy very similarly, and I didn't tell him to meet me at Fort Belvoir. I told him to meet me right here at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, Northwest Water. That's not my address, but I gave the correct address. And I really wanted, in a moment, I really wanted him to come here and, work things out. And I was as angry as that, maybe angrier.
Well, if that was the guy that called you a war criminal that time, I felt pretty much the same way.
Oh. Was it the war criminal guy or?
I don't, because I remember I didn't see it live. I saw it afterwards, and I was steaming. I would have liked to have my hands around his neck at the time.
And I was almost as angry as when that one guy called my church criminal. Who was it? That was I can't remember his name now. He was actually friendly with us until he called my church criminal, and then I kind of blew up him. I don't think meeting at Fort Knox to fight is a great idea.
Well, actually, it is, Richard.
I'm sorry?
Actually, it is. Actually, it is a good idea because you know why Todd does that, and why he's also said to somebody, "Meet me on the courthouse steps." That's because he knows that if the person actually shows up, there are people there that'll stop it, and his pussy ass won't actually have to fight. That's why he says, "Meet me at the gates of Fort Knox," because he knows it won't happen. Just like he did. He actually, I didn't watch it, but he did a live Sunday. He went there at noon to see if the guy showed up. He knew the guy wasn't showing up. At the end of that rant that I just showed you, he said to the guy, "Oh, I knew you wouldn't show up, you pussy." But then he does this thing the next day going, "Oh, look, he didn't come." Like the guy was going to fly across the country. And you saw even in that little clip that guy the whole time too. He wasn't yelling at Todd or anything. He was trying to talk to him. See, I don't know if I've mentioned this, but Todd's a piece of shit.
Breaking news: Muxter does not approve of Todd in any way, shape, or form. I think his references to courthouses in Fort Knox is a geographical location that neither party has to dox themselves, like this fool did on people's podcast when I challenged that guy to come to my door. And that was really simple to me because there's other people who live in this house who are innocent. If that guy came with a pew and took it out on my daughter, my grandson, my son-in law's dad, that would be because of my stupidity of putting my address to the guy that I was blowing up at. If I said at one of the gates of Fort Belvoir or Lafayette Park, it's a location that both parties could find, and neither party has to dox themselves. Now, the whole idea of meeting somebody for that is really silly. I've been there.
Yeah.
GS has been there. I can't think of any specific names, but I've heard many people say that. And another silly one is, I will sue you. I've heard many people, I've heard for public safety say it, I've heard GS say it, I've heard, Fraud Wrangler, he went as far as, we'll have Kentucky extradite you. I still giggle about that one. Yeah, people threaten all kinds of legal and civil stuff against each other, and I don't think has it ever happened. Well, yeah, it's happened. Actually, it's happened too for public safety, the JJ. But I'm not aware of anybody else who actually went through a lawsuit or a fight or a civil suit, legal. No, I'm not aware
Well,
of that.
there was that Vegas incident not too long ago where the one YouTuber shot the other one.
Oh, really? Oh, right now, think about it. People's Podcast, one of the characters there got into a little kickboxing match outside his apartment in New York City, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was Easy and Eli. Easy went over there to confront Eli's son, and Eli came out instead. And they got into it, and I guess Easy stabbed him.
Oh. Yeah, I don't answer questions. Yeah, right up until the moment I realized I had this, from the time that I was both sober and familiar with stuff on YouTube, I wanted to drive through a checkpoint. I can never find them. They set them up in DC. I keep wanting to go and get in a checkpoint. I didn't really think about that. He might automatically assume that I'm drunk because of the way I'm talking. In fact, I get a lot of raised eyebrows in the AA meetings the last couple of days. Oh, yeah, okay, that's fine. Eli got arrested. Oh, you got arrested? Oh, boy.
Again.
It's not his first time. Yeah, I wonder how that
By the way,
would play out. I would refuse. I'd absolutely refuse to take a field sobriety test.
Oh, yeah, never. Even when people pass them 100%, they still say, "Oh yeah, I still think you're drunk," and they hold them in. So
Right.
why give them any more ammunition?
You can breathalyze me. You can blood test me. Nothing else.
That's another one of those things. A lot of times when I'm watching some of the videos, that I think if I was the one there, how when a lot of times in those, when somebody will say, "Well, I have a First Amendment right," or "Oh, it's not trespassing," or whatever, and the cop will go, "Oh, where'd you get your law degree?" I want to be there sometime when the cop says something about, "Oh, well, I can tell from looking in your eyes," or whatever, and I'll go, "Yeah, where'd you get your medical degree?"
Eli got arrested today. Oh boy, that's going to be news over there at the TPP. He's the host of TPP, right?
Yeah, the owner.
Cart says.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Well, I was going to comment on that. That's what I said. What I said, Cart. Todd is more easily pissed off than a lubricated rubber.
Ooh. That reminds me. I'm not the only one who picked up on the National Guard being misused in Washington, D.C.
Oh, by the way, let me go back to what Richard had said this before, that he heard Todd had trouble getting up. I heard that too, but I don't know it's for a fact.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just reading through and found he was somewhere. I think some kind of department store, maybe Four Seasons on Post. I'm not sure. He was somewhere doing shopping for tools, but I was just passing through and I kept moving on. Now to pull up Mr. Newberger's thing, I noticed that Todd is live right now. 109 watching. He's doing okay.
Yeah, and I gotta say, everybody always used to say, well, 80% of his audience is just there to laugh at him. And I don't think I think there's certainly people there who want to clip what he's saying and to make fun of what he's saying. But he's got an awful lot of people that stick up for him and stuff, and I don't get it. But of course, look at Kaiser. Kaiser had those devoted people too.
I really don't know how to gauge the measurement, but I noticed that about Kaiser's. There were people there just for that. Do you remember, as much as we dislike him, remember Vegas Vips did that troll with the Aussie voice, the elephant?
Yeah, Master Sergeant RTL or something like that.
Yeah. He got us all hating him and thinking he was supporting Kaiser. And people started to realize this might be AI. And then finally he came out as the, he told Kaiser. He kind of told all of us because, oh God, watching our soldiers picking up trash was discouraging to see. I did a little thing on it on my channel. And then I found Mr. Newberger did an even better one. You guys know who Mr. Newberger is?
No.
I'm going to share screen. This is a new ad, Trump's National Guard. All right. Now, before I continue, I'd like to do the disclaimer. I have no problem with the National Guard. I was a National Guardsman at one time in my life. And these guys, if you go to D.C. and you call them out like I did, hey, your magazine's empty. Hey, your magazine's empty. Hey, you have no mission. I'm not really trying to pick on them. I'm trying to show that Trump was using them somewhere they don't need to be. They need to be back in their home states doing their regular jobs, standing by for a real national emergency. But Mr. Newberger, he goes a little bit further with it. So let's play.
For generations, the National Guard has answered the call. From storming beaches abroad to keeping America safe at home, a proud tradition of service, sacrifice, and strength. And today, that call to service has never been bolder. Whether it's laying down mulch, picking up used condoms and cigarette butts at the local park, keeping a watchful eye on minorities, or breaking up arguments about politics with firm, one-sided decisiveness, the National Guard is there. Whether it is assisting leadership on top-secret missions, or guarding important state secrets, or just helping everyday citizens, or keeping the peace in Joe Biden's reckless America, the National Guard is there. From Chicago to Portland, San Francisco to Philadelphia, we're deploying where America needs us most. Places Trump wants election victories, like cities with mouthy mayors or states with obnoxious governors. Because when the commander-in-chief says jump, we say, how high, Mr. President? And when he says white, we say, how many ply, Mr. President? The National Guard no longer just your state citizen soldiers, but a proud extension of Trump's private army. The National Guard, yesterday's heroes, today's groundskeepers of democracy.
Really hate that sad loser, Mr. Newberger.
Who, me?
I dig me some Newberger. I thought of something during it, but I'm getting tired. Watching ourselves pick up trash was discouraging to see. Yeah, I found it discouraging too, especially since there are people who have the job of policing up trash and mulching in DC. Yeah, imagine what our enemies are thinking. But I think you're right, Muxer. I think he wants people to react so he can declare martial law. I also think he wants people to get used to seeing them so he can try and use them to intimidate on the upcoming election.
Yeah. By the way, did you see a recent picture of him? He's been you notice he hasn't gone on camera in the last few days. And he used to almost like daily find an excuse to be on camera. And I saw that there was just a picture of him going supposedly to play golf. He looked horrible.
He's got the IV bruising on his.
Oh, it's not that. It's his face. He looked, and this is bad for an 80-year-old man. He looked 10 years older. There's something going on there.
Well, someone texted me today and said, "Do you think Trump is dead? They're not telling us." I'm like, "Where are you getting that?" So when I got home, I checked the news. He's actually complimenting the mayor of D.C. Well, that's weird. Of course, I didn't see him on camera. It's something he's doing remotely through, was that Truth Social? But then I started searching YouTube, and I came across a channel that they spotted trash bags being thrown out of the second floor of the White House. The windows were open, and people were throwing trash bags out.
Yeah.
If you're like wondering,
I
what's that?
saw that.
Maybe it's Trump's body parts. Maybe. Allegedly.
Yeah, that was weird. That was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen people say that too about looking for proof of life and stuff. And I said to somebody today, I said, I hate Trump, but oh my God, I'm not sure what we'll be like if we get stuck with J.D. Vance in the next couple of years either.
Vance is scary, and like Trump, he's incompetent. But I don't think the people who I believe Trump's puppet strings are being pulled. I don't think those same people could pull Vance's puppet strings. I think it would have to be different people.
The other thing I think about it too is Vance doesn't have whatever that is that makes people afraid to cross Trump. All those congressmen and stuff who used to talk about how terrible he is, and now they kiss his ass.
Yeah. I don't know what Vance would be like in 6-8 years ago. I didn't know what Pence would be like. I keep thinking since Trump first went to the White House back in 2017, I'm thinking all these people I used to hate, Bush, the other Bush, Reagan, Nixon, they don't seem so bad anymore.
Yeah. Well, it's like I always said about like both the Bushes. I didn't agree with most of their politics and stuff, but I felt like for the most part, they tried to do what they thought was right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I might not agreed with what they thought was right, but I felt like they were trying to.
Yeah.
Where of course all Trump cares about is what's right for him.
Actually, I kind of wonder sometimes if maybe near the end of the Reagan administration, there was some puppet strings being pulled. I think maybe he was losing his cognitive skills more than we realized. Later on, we found out he had Alzheimer's. We didn't know that
Yeah.
while he was in office. Heard rumors that Smokey Eye is a former drag queen. I don't know who Smokey Eye is. Oh, Smokey Eye Vance. Well, okay. Oh, I didn't know they're okay. Smokey. I thought they'd call him Sofa Vance, couch rant. He does wear a lot of makeup. Yeah, I think he wears more makeup than Melania Trump. He's up there with, what was her name? Tammy Faye Baker? Remember
Yeah.
her?
Yeah.
Well, how old was Fred Trump when he died? And what did he die of? Well, that's a good question. I am going to ask ChatGPT, how old was Fred Trump when he died? And what did he die of? You're probably Googling it. Okay, someone says dementia. Okay. Detail, he was 93 years old. Damn, we got a ways to go, like father, like son. He died in 1999. He died of pneumonia complications amid Alzheimer's dementia decline.
Mm.
Alzheimer does run in the family. Of course, he lived 93 years old. You know, I don't know at what point was he diagnosed. Okay. How old was he when he when diagnosed with Alzheimer's? Question mark. 85. How old is Donald?
I think 79, something like that.
He was diagnosed when he was 85 years old. He lived with the condition for roughly 8 years until his death in 1999 at the age of 93. Shall I ask, when will Donald Trump die?
Be funny if it said not soon enough.
I'm really sorry, but I can't assist with predicting the time of someone's death. Slacker.
By the way, have you ever watched any of Parker Needs a Job?
Mm-mm.
He looks like he's like 18, but I guess he's probably around 30. But holy crap, this kid is smart. And he does this thing where he will debate Trump supporters live. You know, they'll call in, and so many of them are so typical. You know, he'll ask, "Why do you support Trump?" Well, I like his policies. Well, what policies exactly? And 9 out of 10 they go, "Oh well, he closed the border." You know, the more he presses it on everything and anything, they don't, you know, really have any. No, well, who asked them why they didn't like Kamala, and they have no idea what she stood for. You know, it's kind of entertaining. It's also sad. Yeah, Cart knows Parker. But yeah, you have to check him out. There's a couple of guys out there that they look so young, but boy, they're smart.
I'm finding at my age, looking at, I'd say about 35, sometimes 38 and younger. They look like kids to me.
Well, I realized I had gotten old the first time I said college kids.
God, yeah. I started to feel old when I saw. Let me see. I've seen in uniform major, lieutenant colonel, a first sergeant, a sergeant first class that all look like. To me, they look like they were in high school. I'm thinking,
Do
God,
you know?
when I was a buck sergeant in the army, that colonel would look like a middle-aged man, a healthy
You
middle-aged man.
know, trying to think which longest day was that was the one with John Wayne, wasn't it?
Lots of yeah, John
With
Wayne
his,
was one of the lead characters. Yeah, there were a lot of
yeah. Well, yeah, there was a lot of them. There was like William Holden and I can't think of the guy's name. Henry Fonda. There was, but anyway, the character John Wayne played was that colonel
Mhm.
of the 82nd. The real guy was 28 at the time.
A 28-year-old colonel. So they are kids.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh. My boss, my current boss, was in Schweinfurt the same time I was in Schweinfurt. Problem is, I was a buck sergeant in the United States Army. He was a dependent high school student. Where did I go wrong that high school kids who were in high school when I was an NCO are now my boss? It's a good thing he's a good boss because I might resent that otherwise. Would they give up their 100 PPUs to stop children being done in? Not one of them said they would.
You know what I like is when those guys will go. They'll be like outside of a Trump rally or something, and they'll be interviewing and back before the election when they'd say, "Well, what do you think of Biden saying this?" And they go, "Oh yeah, well that's there. Yeah, that's why I won't vote for him." And then they go, "Oh, I'm sorry, no, that's something Trump said."
Yeah.
And then they're like, "Oh well, yeah, well that's different."
Oh, they didn't show any pictures, but I read in Newsweek. Woman on a cruise, on an international cruise, goes out on her private cruise liner balcony. Only her room can see, here down, because it's got a wall, and she can look out of the wall and see the water and the sunset, and the sun can beat down on her. She decides to sunbathe naked. So she gets naked and goes out there with the security of her little wall, towel on the ground, and she lays down. When she looks up, she sees a security camera. She quickly covers up and runs back inside. Here's the thing. It made TikTok.
Oh God!
Because of TikTok TOS, they fuzzied out the parts. But the fact that she went nude sunbathing made it on TikTok. And I'm thinking about when I go out there at the camera, and sometimes a challenge like at a bank or a McDonald's, I don't know what you're going to do with that video. I'm like, well, you don't know what they're going to do with their video either. And I'll point out the camera at the bank or the McDonald's or whatever establishment I'm at. I said, well, we're not worried about them. I'm thinking,
yeah.
And the naked woman on the cruise liner isn't the first. I remember years ago, a woman was walking through a mall on her phone and she tripped right into a water fountain. And the security camera picked it up and made it on social media. I'm like, just because it's an official business doesn't mean you can trust them any more than me. So I'm going to record you.
By the way, reminded me when you held your phone up like that. I actually had a comment to him. I watched a Mr. Nice Guy video a little bit ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I hadn't realized till I saw his reflection in a window, and that's what he was doing, was holding his.
Oh.
And
he was
I don't.
Backing himself. Okay.
Well, no, but I realized I don't know how his video is so steady all the time. When he doesn't use a gimbal or anything, he's just always handheld.
I've discovered that's why I've been using the. This is an
You used
iPhone.
to,
This is an iPhone 14. It's not hooked up to a phone service. It's just a small iPad for all practical purposes, and that's what when I'm in the Wi-Fi. Sometimes I go live, just voice. But I've been doing this instead of the camera because I tried the camera. I tried the camera with gimbal. I tried the camera with stick, and it's not real crisp and clear. But the iPhone's got something built into it, so even when I'm doing this or shaking because they're scaring me, it's nice and smooth. And I'm like, I think the 12s and higher, there's something built in that keeps it real smooth. I can't zoom as much, but the shakes go away, and I love that. However, this is real easy to grab, and I've already learned that lesson once.
yeah.
Yeah, McCart, we miss you too. Where you been?
I do have one bone to pick with Cart though.
Oh, here it comes.
She could have came in and told me. They were already in like the second week before I knew that the Australian Voice was back on the air. What
Yeah,
good is
fair
it
enough.
having? What good is it having Aussie friends if they don't tell you stuff like that?
Oh, real life. Wait a minute. Hold on.
Yeah.
Real life is for people who can't handle YouTube.
yeah. Yeah, real life is for suckers.
I stole that from my brother back in his high school days when he was playing Dungeons and Dragons and other role playing games.
Yeah.
I one day I'm like, get a real life. He says real life is for people who can't handle role playing games or fantasy role playing games. I'm like, that's a good comeback. Now I'm gonna go chase girls.
I tried to get my brother into Dungeons and Dragons. It didn't work out. He played a couple times. It didn't appeal to him.
No. I played a few times, but it was like time consuming and complex and no girls. Because when I was that age, I was more interested in girls.
We actually had a couple girls playing in our game.
Did you? Okay. Now you might get me involved in D&D because girls are a waste of time. Sorry, ladies. Oh, we blew it, Muck.
Mm.
You can't get automatic shorts out of this. It's 2 hours and 8 minutes. Now, if we want shorts, of course, what have we said that's worthy of a short? Yeah. 2 hours. 2 hours is a cutoff for auto shorts. I guess we can do it manually if we thought we said something particularly funny or witty. It's actually
yeah.
Something tells me
Yeah, I
the
don't know.
5 that are watching now are not the same 5 the first time it reached 5. I don't think we're that interesting. I'm devastatingly handsome. And I can't live without Muckster, according to my previous outro.
Yeah, outro.
All right. I'm tired. Speaking of outros, is it time to play it and say goodnight?
Yeah, I got nothing. Nobody else has wanted to join us all night.
Let's give them one more chance to join us. And as soon as they pop up, we'll end stream. I'm kidding. If there's anything interesting to talk about, you can keep me up for a while. I've been catching up with you all after the streams, then give it a like. Even if you hate our content, give us a like.
Cart, you don't have to watch the shows to tell me they're on.
Actually, I'm surprised. It took you this long to screen capture my funny face.
Oh, actually, I got it a long time ago. I just
Oh, okay. No. Oh, it is better than. Was it on your channel or my channel? I think you put it on my channel. www.youtube. Was it live? It might have been on your channel. All right, corrections, another correction, blah, blah, blah. Sad news. No, it must have been your channel. Just Muckster. Just Muckster. Was it a short? Ah, I found it. I found it. I found it. All right. I jokingly said something. I reacted to something Muckster or Killing Time did. Muckster. And Muckster did a funny. How do I pause? Pause. Okay. Finkel reacts to new outro. That's right. He blames Killing Time on the outro that he sabotaged me with, and then he mocks me for reacting to it. And here it is, folks. One of my recent DC trips, I took the Metro, and when I was riding, I had my goggles running, and I looked down at my YouTube on my real phone, and I saw that, and I'm watching it, and then when I threw all the B-roll, I guess you call it, of my ride home, it actually, you can see me hold the phone up and pull that up video, and it's the loudest thing you can. I guess the camera mic focuses on what's right in front of you, because in the audio from the YouTube, that was the loudest thing on that train, and in reality, that was not the loudest thing on that train. Oh, I watched downloads, so no commercials. All right. Well, since 11:06.
well, yeah. I'll show you. I'll show you. This is actually my favorite.
Okay.
This is me. I somehow sort of want to kiss him back. I'm just a fool when lights are low. I can't be prissy and quaint. I ain't the type that can.
The man of 1,000 voices.
Both the AI mouth and the real mouth. I miss the straight mouth. I think I'm going to go to bed and mourn the loss or temporary loss of my nice straight mouth, my symmetric face, my okay. Now it was more than 5 minutes ago. I put that StreamYard link out. I'm slowly moving my cursor towards the end stream button, and if I see you pop up in the basement, my cursor will stop. I'm getting closer. I'm about 3 inches away.
Hopefully your face will get a little better each day.
I'm hoping. Maybe I'll go live tomorrow night and we'll compare. I'm about 2 inches away. Getting closer to the live stream. Oh, I see. I lost 2 feet.
I'm sitting here waving at the camera, and I've got the icon up.
You look like
I was trying to wave goodbye to everybody. Thanks for coming in, everybody.
Yes,
come back again, Cart.
And for those of you who watch later, Thanks for not coming in. I'm kidding. I'm about half an inch away. Okay, I'm above the end stream button. I'm going to click it. I'm going to click it. And then I'm going to remember there's a second button I got to click. I'm going to.
Look, I don't know what Muckster is trying to pull. Everyone knows I'm Finkel's favorite. I'm the wind beneath his wings.